And we welcome you here to the Nelson Center in Springfield, Illinois. Apologies for the delay here on the stream, working through some technical difficulties here this morning this afternoon rather, at the Nelson Center. It is 3-2 right now in favor of the visiting NIU Huskies. Alongside Luke Clevenger, I'm Matt Harrington, and Luke, we're finally ready to get going here after some difficulties.
Well, you know, this job wouldn't be complete without its technical difficulties. Everybody goes through them. So, but we're happy to be on air here and broadcast the MACHA bronze title match, if you will, the championship game between the Marquette Golden Eagles and the Northern Illinois Huskies. That'll be whistled dead for icing.
So back down to the Marquette zone. They didn't like that call about the icing there, but it will go back down. So 4:01 to go in the first, and at the start of the second period, rather, we'll get you the scoring summary for this game so far. Again, 3-2 right now for Marquette. It was a 3-2 in favor of NIU, not Marquette. And the scoring summary so far, it was two quick ones from Marquette, but Northern Illinois has the last three. So we'll see what the rest of the game brings us here.
You know, it's interesting so far as Marquette enters the zone here. Hold on. Look at this drop pass.
Here's a shot kick save, and that one's cleared up to the wall where it's cleared out of there by the Huskies' Cody Radman. And backhanded down low. Off of skates, and we backhanded up off the boards, where the Huskies will play it. Now Marquette takes a hold of it here at the blue line. Thrown up the boards, but not out as it's chopped back down low to the corner. About 3 minutes to go here in period number one. Thrown up off the boards again. Great hustle by the Golden Eagles. This is Brian Slavin here for the Golden Eagles. Could stand up, hit up along the wall. So it's bumped back down low into the corner. Trying to throw it out front. Good heavy hit there. Supplied as they will take a hold of it, and this one goes into the netting and out of play.
I was going to say, though, that it's interesting that Golden Eagles, you know, they kind of scraped by. They kind of scraped by Wheaton the other day. They beat them 5-3. And, you know, Wheaton was a team that they should have laid the beat down on, and they didn't quite do that. This game, they're trailing right now, so it's just an interesting case of the number one seed maybe not playing up to their full potential right now.
Of course, we saw a lot of that yesterday, as you just kind of alluded to there, but in some cases, the one seed ended up being just fine, but of course we had that earlier game with UW-Milwaukee and Mizzou where the one seed was not okay.
No, far from it. You know, so it'll be interesting to see if Marquette can move on and control this game, but right now, NIU is on a roll, and they know it. They're up 3-2, and it should be a solid game moving forward here with about 2.5 minutes to go here in the first.
Up off the boards, and that one will sneak past the zone. It's a 3-on-1 if they hurry. Here's Packard with the shot. Nice save. Kicked up to the line, and another great stop as it's held on to. Looked like the Ottawa Senators were coming down the ice there with these NIU jerseys.
They do. They got that black and red kind of new school Senators jerseys. I'm more of a fan of the old school Senators jerseys, if I'm being honest. But they do look like the Ottawa Senators. Good job there by Packard. He fires a shot, good awareness, turns around, realizes the rebound is up for grabs, and rebounds his own shot. It's a good move.
2:10 to go here in the first frame. Marquette has it now as they look to try and move up out of the zone here. Up along the wall now, taking a hold of as this one skied off the glass. Back into the neutral zone. Packard trying to hustle after it here for his club, but instead it goes up the boards for Christopher Coletta. Back down below the goal line now, under 2 to play in the first period. Between these two clubs, of course, this is the Bronze Division Championship. The winner just gets the championship. There is no regional berth here at bronze to where there normally would be for silver and gold. So still Obviously, though, to say you're a champion would be pretty cool here for both of these clubs.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you play in the bronze division, you know that this is it. This is the top of the top. So how can you be disappointed when the ultimate goal is to win right here? Who cares about regional berths at that moment, right? You know that this is the best it gets.
That one just lost between the wickets there of Sokol for the NIU Huskies. He's knocked down at center ice and bumped back into the zone here. Golden Eagles have it now as they move up the boards. Nice outlet pass, and trying to go through the legs there was Anthony Aiello. But out through center come the Huskies. Sent across the line. Nice feed in front, but sticked away by the Marquette goaltender. That is Carter Dienhammer getting the second consecutive start here. He won them the game against Wheaton yesterday afternoon. Here's a shot up in the air, fought off by Ethan Conker. Now thrown out in front again. Conker had the stick down, had to fight it off, and the referee blows it dead with 37.5 to go in the first period of play.
You know, it's much more common to see in bronze, but when you get up to the silver and especially the gold level teams, you're going to see goalies go back to back here in bronze. Gold and silver, you'll usually see them swap because there's no way you're going to ask goalie to play three games in a row. But either way, for these goalies, you hit the middle of the second game, you're feeling it. You're feeling it. You haven't recovered from the other day. You know, you're still probably got some bruises in some place you don't want bruises, but it'll be interesting to see these goalies deal with kind of the exhaustion level as we move forward.
Off the draw, Golden Eagles win it back here, trying to get this game tied up here before the first intermission. Down low. Thrown towards the goal area, but cleared out of there nicely by Mason McCoy, who skies it off the glass and back into the Marquette zone. 15 to go in the period. Pinned up along the wall for NIU was a player, looked like number 57, Zachary Miranda, down low into the corner now. Cleared up out of the zone by Marquette, and that will do it for the first period of play, as it is the Northern Illinois Huskies with a 3-2 lead over the Marquette Golden Eagles here in this 1-versus-2 matchup in the bronze for the championship. Well, we didn't really get to see much of that first period, but towards the end, what were your final thoughts on that period, Luke?
Well, my initial thoughts on the period was, oh my God, let's get this up. How do we get this up? How can I help? But my final thoughts were, and I expressed this earlier, was Marquette, for the 1 seed, they don't seem to be asserting their dominance. Northern Illinois came, they netted too quick. They were up 2-0 right near the start of the game, and they were jazzed, right? They're hyped. They seem to have momentum, and even when Marquette notched that back to a tie game, they come back, they put go up 3-2. I think all the momentum is in with Northern Illinois, and they know that they're doing what they're doing. They know they're putting up a great game against the number 1 seed.
Absolutely. We'll be back here for period number 2. Again, Northern Illinois 3-2 lead over the top seed of Marquette Golden Eagles after 1. Alongside Luke Clevenger, I'm Matt Harrington. We'll be back for period number 2. Welcome back here to the Nelson Center in Springfield, Illinois. Marquette and Northern Illinois battling it out here in the Bronze Division Championship. 3-2 lead for the Huskies after one period of play. Luke, we had a bunch of goals in that period. Why don't you take us through the scoring summary there in that first period of play?
Yeah, so we had 5 goals scored here in Northern Illinois, obviously leading 3-2, like you said. NIU opened it up just under 4 minutes into the game with a goal by Radman, assisted by Kyle Meehan. Literally 1 minute later, Bryce Myers got a goal with an assist from John Williams. Marquette then answered back at 11:32 to go in the first with a goal by Brian Slavin. They would tie the game up 30 seconds later with a goal by Zachary Miranda. And then NIU answered it less than a minute later. Again, you see a theme here, which is score, follow up immediately with the score. Teams are, when they get hot, they don't just score one, they score 2. NIU took the lead with a goal by Zachary Sokol.
All right, appreciate that. So the Ottawa Senators getting ready for their to come back out here after their little huddle.
I want to find a comparison to Marquette, but you'd think like since they're yellow and black, the Bruins, but this is not a Bruins jersey.
No, not at all.
It's a fairly unique look they got here.
Indeed it is. So here we go with the second period between these two teams. Again, Bronze Division Championship here, so winner gets first place. That is a high achievement mark. Last year it was Wash U St. Louis that won the Bronze Division Championship over the Bradley Braves. They won 7-1 in the championship game. And, of course, Wash U moved up to silver this year, and it did not end very well for them.
No, it was a rough time. They lost 13-1, I think it was, to Kansas.
13-2,
13-2. Whoa.
So that's a rude awakening for them, but here come the Golden Eagles here in the offensive zone, backhanded to the corner off the stick of looked like Anthony Borgonzi for the Golden Eagles. Into the corner again, thrown out in front. Loose puck finally steered away to the corner. Dangerous looking play there for Marquette as they try and come into the zone again. Here's Slavin with it rather. Slavin inside, drops it back. Shot was blocked. And will come back out through the neutral zone, but Marquette keeps it here. Giveaway as the Huskies will take it. Sailed off the boards. A couple of Northern Illinois players will get a change and move it back down low around to the other side. Huskies have it here as they move up through center. Here is Williams with some speed down the right wing side. Throws it wide of the glove side there of the goaltender Deinhammer. Deinhammer, of course, starting for Marquette. At the other end, Ethan Conker, number 41 for the NIU Huskies.
I wish my last name was Conker, let me tell you. It's a lot cooler than Clevenger, which gets misspelled 90% of the time anyway.
Out through center now, Golden Eagles trying to cut their way back in. Good speed here from Christopher Coletta, throwing the body back below the goal line. Just about 2 minutes in here to our second period. Huskies take a hold of it, trying to bank it off the boards. Quickly thwarted, though, by NIU, or Marquette, rather. Quinn Harold with it. Now the Huskies trying to move it out. Fan pass, but it still connects to Justin Garr for NIU. He'll come off for a change.
I think that was the slowest completed pass I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think I could have ran down the stairs and intercepted that.
Golden Eagles trying to throw it up ahead. That one nearly hit the ref, but no offside, so we'll continue to play. Bad bounce off the end of the net there, but now the Golden Eagles ready to come up through center. Off the boards. Now Marquette has it as they swing it back around and try to play it up. Long extension pass off the boards. They were looking for, looked like Meissner there. Again, the Golden Eagles trying to corral it. And IU able to move it out through center. Off the body of a Huskies player. That was Zachary Sokol. Now the Golden Eagles played up the boards and gathered in right in front of the NIU bench, as this one will go for an icing against Marquette. So back down to their end with 16:29 to go in period number 2.
All right, well, I'm going to throw this your way. Would you rather your last name, if you had to change it, right? Would you rather it be NHL legend Rob Klinkhammer's last name? So would you rather be a Klinkhammer or would you rather be a Conker?
Ooh, I don't know. I like Klinkhammer, I do.
I quite like Klinkhammer as well.
I do like that one.
But your name is literally Conker in the other hand, right? So
That's true.
That's pretty awesome.
Off the glass, now down below the goal line. NIU in front, rolled off a tape. Another big drive from the point. That one went high. And NIU pressing here in the offensive zone. Another shot from the point, this time caught a teammate in front, rolled off the body there of Aaron Harris. And it'll go back towards the other way. Marquette with a quick snapper, turned aside by Conker. Up to the point now. Reflection will go down the length of the ice here. Again, it will be another icing, this time against NIU, so back down to their end.
Well, Ethan Conker had a great job flashing his right pillow there. Got a low shot, just stuck it up, and it feels so nice when you're a goalie, when you just kick it out like that. You make that nice motion. It's a very satisfying save to make. I'd say it's probably the most satisfying thing you can do as a goalie is to kick that pad out with extreme prejudice.
How about this move out through center? Huskies trying to come their way into the zone. That was Ben Carney. That was right there, but just couldn't get it to work out for him. Oh, from center ice! Goes into the back of the net. Oh, my word. A little bit of a knuckleballer there. And, oh, my, you don't see that every day. NIU now makes it 4-2.
No, you did not. The last time I saw this, the Blues put one on whoever the Winnipeg goalie was at that point. It wasn't Connor Hellebuck. But you don't see that every day. Just a simple dump in, and this is one. Look at poor Carter Dienhammer right here. He's got his arm up. He's acting like nothing happened, but you know that eats at you. And here's the key: is kid, every goalie on earth has done that. Right?
Yeah.
It sucks when it happens in a game. Here we go again.
Here's a chance in front, and that one's cleared out of the crease area. Boy, another nightmare nearly for the Golden Eagles there. Up across the blue line now into the zone. Here's Radman on the backhand pad save, and a rebound cleared up to the point. Boy, NIU has really turned it on here in this early going here in the second. Leading 4-2. On the outside, big collision along the wall, look out. Ooh, Dienhammer went down a little rough there as he's kind of slow to get up. Ooh, yeah. he is hurt.
He's in pain here. The net came off of its moorings, but it came down on him and pushed him. So it could be that he pulled a muscle or something. There were two players fighting behind the net, and I believe it was Meehan who fell on the net. The net came forward, so it came at a way that Dienhammer isn't expecting. And not only that, but you don't have any protection on the back of your legs. Those are very exposed. So if the net's going to come down on you, it's going to push you. It's pushing one against bare skin. That'll smart. But two, if you're not expecting it, it's fully possible that you just pull a muscle because you're not relaxed in that way, and he'll come out.
Yeah, scary situation with Carter Dienhammer. He is kind of limping with that right leg, and so he is going to be done for the game here.
Oh yeah, he's not using that right leg, that stick side leg at all. Team trainers will have a look at him. He is in good hands here. They do have Bradley provided a trainer for the entire tournament, and he'll take a look. He'll get a look taken at him, but yeah, you just hope and pray that he'll be all right.
So Dienhammer comes out of the game. It's Hayden Wycheck that comes in for the Marquette Golden Eagles now as the new goaltender. So Wycheck in. Hopefully I'm saying that name correctly.
It's a very Polish last name.
Yes. Down into the corner now, so we'll see how that adjustment works out for the Golden Eagles as they try and get something going here in offensive territory. Slid towards the front, but held on to at the point. Again, we're early second period here, 4-2 lead for the Northern Illinois Huskies.
You ever see the Laszlo Holmes SNL sketch? You know, Let's Do That Hockey?
Yes.
Who is that? Is Brady Skie? That's an S, a K, and a J
Yes.
all together, so that's a no. That is Hayden Wycherek?
I'll say Wycheck.
Wycheck, yeah, Wieczorek.
That's quite the name.
That is Polish, or at the very least Eastern European. They make some great last names over in that area of the globe.
Down into the offensive zone now are the Huskies. This one towards the front of the net. Cleared out through the neutral zone. Long pass just missed the mark. They were looking for Christopher Coletta that time as he followed it up into the corner. Back down the other way. Marquette's going to let this go down to Wycheck, who will play it into the corner with 13:43 to go in the second. 4-2 lead for the second-seeded Northern Illinois Huskies. Across the line, here's a quick snapper. A nice save by Cocker, who made the glove reach there.
So, in a little update on Carter Deinhammer, he is sitting on the bleachers just outside of the benches over here. He doesn't have any gear off except for his glove and blocker, which is not a big deal. He's talking to the trainer. The trainer's getting up and going to get something, but he does look like he'll be okay in the long run, if not the short term here.
Well, of course, this is the last game of the season, no matter what, for these teams.
Yeah, but just enough, it's not serious, and I wouldn't be shocked if we saw him back maybe even in the third period.
She'll see what we get. Still a lot of time to go here in the second. Big hit, interference penalty coming up against Marquette, it looks like.
Oh, watch number 44 over here. That's Ethan Guild. He got up and made some, I don't want to say gestures because it sounds like, he was giving him the bird, but he kind of had a come at me gesture, shouted something.
Checking from behind is the official call. So we've seen a half-ice goal and a checking from behind call.
That's one off of the long list of rare penalties we've seen here in these 5 games. We're making quite a collection here, Matt.
Well, did we see kneeing yesterday? I don't remember. I don't think we did.
I don't think we did, but we did see, what was it? We saw a hand pass be called.
A delay of game.
We saw a delay of game.
For not thrown out of it was the goalie fell.
Yeah.
Here's a nice move into the zone by the Golden Eagles. That was Eric Helm down there in the corner as they try and dig it out of the scrum. Back behind the net and now up along the boards where it's taken in by the Huskies. Williams.
I was going to say, you can't forget, too, that we saw 6 10-minute misconducts yesterday as well.
Yes, the refs were not taking anything at all.
Good on the refs for that, It's the tournament. You can't let things get too chippy.
Wycheck makes the save, hangs on for the faceoff here. 12:34 to go in the second, 1:23 to go on that power play for the NIU Huskies. They hold on to it now at the point. Here's Williams looking for that redirect. They score!
Oh, no.
Another bad bounce for Marquette, and it's 5-2.
Oh, you hate to see that. Number 40, the shot comes up, goes off of the high arm, right about the elbow area of Quinn Harold, comes down, and it just kind of knuckle puck bounces through the 5-hole of Hayden Wycherek. The worst possible bounce, and the goalie can't do anything about that. That is hung out to dry in its purest and most simple form.
So now each Marquette goaltender has had their fair share of bad bounces here.
Yeah. Things are unraveling for Marquette. That's the best way to put it, is they're just falling apart right now. They are a talented team, right? The 3-goal lead is absolutely conquerable. There's over half the game left. There's half the game and 2.5 minutes left. They can come back from this, but right now they need to focus on playing solid hockey and eliminating this just awful string of puck luck they have.
Out through center now. Golden Eagles trying to respond as they come in the zone. Jablonski with it. Jablonski heading into the weekend is the leading scorer, and he still is, but had 42 points before we started things out here this weekend in Springfield. 21 goals, 21 assists, and of course had a couple of goals against the Wheaton Thunder yesterday to pad his season total. Thrown to the corner now by the Huskies, as that one will go off the tape of Ben Carney. Back in behind Wycheck as they hang on to it. 11:41 to go in the second. Long bank pass worked out nicely for the Golden Eagles as they slow it down here. Backhanded. Another drive from the point. Nice glove save by the goaltender, Ethan Conker.
Well, that's the first step towards regaining your composure here if you're Marquette. Get the puck in there. Get the puck in your offensive zone. Maybe fire a shot off. I'd like to see Marquette here just get some consistent pressure. Give me 2.5, 3 minutes of just sustained, holding the puck in the zone, and we'll see if that helps things out here.
Back to the point now. Golden Eagles hang on to it, bump it back below the goal line as they try and jam it in front. Good pressure there, but better stops by Conker. Up to the line right in front of the Marquette bench. Man goes down, physical pressure there. Williams trying to cut through center and weave his way towards the zone, but he was jammed as the bodies all colluded that area. Now up through the center ice area. Here's Williams. Nice pass right across the line, but mishandled by Cody Radman for NIU. Now in the slot, but Marquette able to bump it back and up out into the neutral zone. Off the glass. Taken a hold of by the Huskies. Right back into the zone they come. Nice job getting back defensively there by Bergonzi for Marquette. Bergonzi up the boards, trying to find a man, and flipped right back in deep. Up the boards now, Marquette able to get it to the line, but not out. Shoved to the ice there was a Huskies player. Looked like that time it was Xander Miser. Now here's Marquette the other way. Nice moves inside. Quick shot and fought off. That was a tough save to make by Ethan Conker, but he stood tall. And a late penalty back, referee at his arm up. And we'll see what we get here.
I want to highlight that save by Conker, but not just that save, the shot selection. Shot selection is so important. And right there, he saw blocker side was open, and he came down on the blocker. So, coming down with that arm, the danger is always that you're going to not catch the full puck, and you're just going to kind of slam dunk it into the ground or slam dunk it into the goal. That's a very, very good spot. Pick this spot, and it was a very quick reaction save by Conker.
Off the draw, Marquette on the power play here. Here's a shorthanded try.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. Breakaway shot, and that one goes off the glass.
Oh, you hate to shoot it about 2 feet wide there.
That was Brett Budis on it, the shot there for the, not SIUE, NIU Huskies.
I'll give you that one. SIUE does have Ottawa Senators vibes as well.
Quick snapper off the glass as it deflected its way there. Now Marquette swings it across. Big drive from the point and a knuckleballer there as it caught some deflections. That was Bergonzi on the shot attempt. Jammed at out in front here. Cycled back down low. Held on to on the far right side. Swung across. Trying to be redirected in front. Whacking away. Another penalty coming up, and they score! Power play goal. 5-3, and the net goes off. And the referee calls it unsportsmanlike. Boy, the anger right there from NIU showing. My word.
Well, one player didn't catch his number, took the net off. Brett Batiste, number 27 right here, tipped the net out of frustration. They're railing on the officials here, and the officials did have their hand up for a penalty. So we'll update the score when we get the word that the score is for sure updated. How's that?
So the hooking call was the original penalty. Be nice if we had our ice mic. Unfortunately not.
Yeah.
For today. But a bizarre sequence.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever seen that exact sequence in all my years of playing and watching and doing commentary on hockey.
This is just, it's been a weird game. We saw the half-ice goal earlier, and what else did we had the
well, we had a checking from behind
penalty.
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't know. That wasn't your stereotypical check from behind either. That was kind of an odd call. We've had somebody tip the net in frustration, and here's the kicker too. Not only do you not see that every day, but usually when somebody tips the net, it's the goalie in frustration. You don't see one and two players in a conceded effort to take the net off the pegs and chuck it.
Yeah, that was strange, and I think Butis is probably done for the game here. Maybe. I know he's got a 10 for sure. So there's a 2-minute minor up on the board. So obviously we've got that original call that went against Northern Illinois, which was a hooking call.
We do have an update. The Marquette's goal is good, which we assumed it was, but we wanted to wait because of the sequence to put it up on the board until it was officially up on the board, if that makes sense.
So 8:58 to go in the second.
What you need to know right now, watchers, is it's 5-on-4.
Yes, in favor of NIU.
Or in favor of Marquette.
Correct. You're right.
Yes.
I am all over the place here early on.
It's been a weird game.
It has indeed. Not sure what our delay is here.
I think the penalty, because the penalty that had a minute 24 comes off the board.
Correct.
So
because they did score on the delayed penalty.
Right. So here we go.
So back underway. Marquette has cut into the deficit, but they still trail here by 2 goals. Cleared down, and look out. That one goes sitting on the back of the net there. Going to be careful with those pucks as well. And out it comes through center. Marquette across the line as they dance their way into the zone. It's Quinn Harold hanging on to it. Harold through the slot, broken up. Actually, don't think it found anybody as NIU comes through center. Here is Myers into the zone. Here's Myers as he dishes it off back behind the goal. Banked off the boards, and Marquette comes out. Nice exit, but pass missed the mark to their man on the right wing side. 1:06 to go in the power play for the Golden Eagles. Jablonski will swing it across here. 7:55 to go in the period. Marquette trying to cut into this deficit some more here on this power play. Big hit late on the boards. NIU ramping up the physicality here, and now they can have a 2-on-1 shorthanded if they hurry. Williams trying to bump it up, gets it back, and it just rolled off the tape there. Tough break for Williams as he's hounded in the corner. It was one of those plays where if Williams catches that pass, he's in for the breakaway.
Yeah, a very dangerous chance there, but luckily they got away with it scot-free.
Chance for the Golden Eagles around the outside, wrap around, and that one just missed the mark. Good idea, though, from the Golden Eagles. Now chop that out through center. Carney will hang on to it. So go back and drop it back for his defense. Flung down the ice. NIU fans loving the effort on the PK there as they survive. 6:55 now to go as we're back to full strength.
Well, the good news for Marquette is it all unraveled pretty quickly, but it also kind of unraveled for NIU.
Yeah.
So you're 2 goals behind. You have 5 or 6 and change left here in the first. So, I mean, Marquette's not in this, and they almost had a chance right there.
Quick turnaround try. They were looking for the redirect there. Golden Eagles go back through center now. Carney banks it up ahead. And up along the boards now. Chop that down into the corner. On the backhand around the outside is Jack Smith. Makes our jobs nice and easy when got a player named Jack Smith.
Jack Smith. I was about to say, is that the most generic? That doesn't even sound like a real name. That sounds like a Russian spy came over. Hello, my name is Jack Smith.
Out through center now as Marquette has it. Nice moves through center, but stood up right there was Brian Slavin for Marquette. Now the long home run pass goes into the glove of Wycheck, and he'll just hang on to it as he tries to get the whistle, and then when he flung it out, the referee blew the whistle. So that'll stop it with 5.5, just about 5:36 to go here in the second period. Shots on goal we'll get for you at the end of this second period. We'll see what those are. Unfortunately, they do not have a shots on goal tracker here at the rink.
And trust me, we're busy keeping commentary. Oh, here we go. Hold on.
There's a chance, but it rolled off the tape there.
I was going to say, we're busy providing commentary. We do not have the time nor effort to spend counting the shots as we do commentary.
Right. And IU out through center. Nice maneuver. Took a man down. There are the Huskies waiting for some space as they find their trailer man in the corner. Was Bryce Myers waiting there for NIU. The boards banked up off the glass. Back around to the other side. With 4:50 to go in the period, a long pass as they find their man cutting inside. Here's a chance steered to the corner nicely by Conker, who was ready. Another try thrown up towards the front, and NIU has it here back behind their net. Out of the zone it comes. Right up in front of the Husky bench. Golden Eagles, nice move through center. Man got taken down, and there is a penalty coming up here against the Huskies for a trip. And Conker will just hang on to it here, and we get our tripping call with 4:19 to go in the second, and another chance here on the power play for the the Marquette Golden Eagles.
See, okay, so you almost messed up the names there. Not to call you out, but I've almost said the Marquette Explorers because that's a high school that I did about 3 years of high school calling. I've said Marquette Explorers. I think I've got away with it once here. And then I've almost said the Marquette Explorers about 18 times. So any of you Marquette Explorers alumni over in the Alton area, I apologize. I also apologize to the Golden Eagles fans, I guess. But
Here are the Golden Eagles now in the zone. Quick shot up high, but Conker reaches up to make the stop here with 1:49 to go in the power play. Good pressure early on here by the Golden Eagles in this power play. Off the draw, they win it back. Another shot deflected wide. Follow-up try. Concord is ready, and a nice stop in front as he fought it off. Well, that was a tough angle shot, and he stood tall to make the save. Now NIU trying to go shorthanded. This will be backhanded in as Wycheck will play it back behind the net. 3:42 to go. Oh, nice turnaround try, and that one's off the bar. My goodness.
That I don't use the term dagger in the second period, but that would have been a very, very big goal.
Especially considering the fact that we are winding down the time here in the second.
Yeah.
Now across the line. Golden Eagles hang on to it. Cutting inside, and that one's fought off. Caught some bodies, and now once again the Huskies clear it down.
You know, Marquette, growing up, I kind of had a soft spot for them because we'd do our NCAA brackets, and Marquette has a habit of sneaking into that March Madness tournament for quite a while. And I just love watching schools like Marquette that compete in March in basketball.
They do have a very good basketball team,
Yeah.
that's for sure. And of course, they got Marcus Howard, who's one of the best players in the country for college basketball. There's a chance down low now for the Golden Eagles. Quick snapper, where is it? Concord has the legs extended, and it's blown dead by the referee with 19 to go on the Marquette power play. NIU surviving here.
If I had to make that call, I thought that might have been in. It got past him, and he was hugging the post. But, you know, sometimes when you're a goalie, it's not where the puck went. It's where you reveal it to be, if it makes sense, right? You know, it's over the line, but get up in a certain way, and all of a sudden the puck didn't cross the line. Look, it's no goal.
It's your eagle eye vision up here in the booth.
Right. I thought it got past him.
Quick shot over the top. Boy, that one caught the glass hard. It goes up along the boards. Again, we'll have the gold semis, barring some sort of unknown technical difficulties.
I think we got it pretty stable here, so I think fingers crossed, knock on wood here.
Be nice if we could have a day free of technical difficulties here. Up along the boards now, Marquette grabs it, sent to the other side where it's gathered in by Coletta. Out through center now. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the period as Gar will play it off the boards back behind the net. And flung up off the wall. And we will play it right up here near the NIU bench now. Out through center. Penalty coming up. This one's going to be on NIU once again. Big windup over the top of Conker. Let that one go off the glass. Puck is touched. Both officials had their arms up. An interference penalty. And NIU is kind of shooting themselves in the foot here with all these penalties.
They are. You come out with a strong lead, a 5-3 lead, and of course you want to defend that lead. And the best way to defend leads is to keep it at even strength. You do not want to give them the opportunity to have a 1-goal game going into the third. 2 goals is already tight enough. As we all know, it's the most dangerous lead in hockey.
Off the draw, Marquette trying to win it. Bump back to the point, a big drive, missed the mark. Shot stayed on the ice there from Slavin.
Oh boy.
Here's a chance now for NIU. Cutting inside, sailed over the top. Good speed on the forecheck here for the Huskies, who are subsequently killing a lot of time off this penalty. Already 25 seconds or so gone. That power play will carry over if Marquette does not score. See it come across the line once again. Held on to down low. Bump back below the goal line. Got left in the referee's wickets, and you heard some of the NIU fans there that weren't happy about it.
Where's the referee supporters section, huh? Come on. They over at the Islanders game again?
Yeah, I saw that. Here's a chance at the back now as it's broken up by the Huskies. Again, thrown in the slot, but broken up. NIU has done a terrific job here on this PK as Myers will go after it again. Here's Bryce Myers behind the net as he's hounded. Shoved up along the wall and bullied there. 20 to go in the period now. And the Golden Eagles have one last try and cut into this deficit again. Here's a shot over the top. Forced up along the boards with 10 to go in the second period of play here. Quick shot, save there, rebound, scores! Buried in front with 3.0 to go in the period, and that's a big one. Marquette has gotten the deficit down to within 1.
Well, 2 things. First off, we said that, it's shooting yourself in the foot if you're Northern Illinois to take a penalty like that. The best way to keep the lead is, stay out of the box. That shows exactly why. 2, you shot yourself in the foot an extra bit. If this was scored with 5 or so minutes left, it doesn't leave quite as sour of a taste. But right now, you're going back to the locker room. You're defeated mentally, and you need to figure out a way in the 15 minutes between periods to not be mentally defeated.
Huge goal by Marquette, and that will do it for the second. 5-4 lead for NIU, but at one point this thing was 5-2, and got to figure out a way here to lock it down in the third period.
Yeah, that'll be the telling story of the game is how well Northern Illinois locks down to the lead that they have. It sounds crazy to put 5 goals on the board in 2 periods and not have momentum, but they have negative momentum right now. Marquette knows that they have blood in the water, so to speak. So it's all on Marquette and it's all on NIU to remain composed.
NIU leading Marquette 5-4 after 2 periods of play here at the Nelson Center in Springfield. We'll be back for the third. Stick with us. Welcome back to the Nelson Center in Springfield. Matt Harrington here alongside Luke Clevenger. Luke, I thought you were about to hop on the Marquette bench and join the coaching staff.
I had a mind, so I had to go to the penalty box to check. That's where some of the stereo equipment is, and I had a mind to hop on and walk behind the coach, but I'm like, that might kind of derail his little third period speech here. I tell you what, you should have been worried about was I came in on the NIU bench and the door was stuck, so I had to go over the boards in my little Adidas sneakers over here. I about ate it about 3 times.
I was concerned, that's for sure. Here's NIU out through center, maintaining a 5-4 lead over Marquette as they come in. Nice pass in front. Oh, my. Wycheck was ready. That was a tough save to make. Now Marquette back the other way as it goes down into the corner now. Williams will scoop it to his defense partner. Banked up off the glass. And delayed off sides here, so Marquette will tag up. We're just about underway here in the third. Marquette in Northern Iowa. This has been a barn burner here, 5-4 in favor of the Huskies, and they have not scored the last 2 goals. Those belong to Marquette. Here's Marquette trying to make a 3rd goal in a row here as they get tied up. Nice defensive job though by Northern Illinois' number 25, Aaron Harris.
You know, I'm going to say a better job, too, by that Marquette player. He had pressure on him for about 15 sustained seconds. He kept it away. Good job.
Now the Huskies out through center. Nice pass up ahead. Here's a breakaway. Scores! Northern Illinois responds, and it's 6-4 Huskies.
Look, you know, that's how quickly things can change. Hockey is a game of capitalizing on your opponent's mistakes, and that's exactly it. You know, you get a pass to a guy just behind the line, get it on side, bing, bang, boom. Everything can change in a second, such as the complexion of this game. 1-goal game to 2-goal game is entirely different. Northern Illinois has their momentum back, and they still maintain that lead. We said it's going to be a question of how well they adjusted. Right there, that's a good adjustment.
Good and just adjustment indeed as they strike less than 2 minutes into the third and final period here. Harris trying to get physical there. This is the first of 3 games here on Rink 1 today. Next one will be the what do they call it? The
Cyhawk. The Cyhawk game
between Iowa and Iowa State.
And I also want to plug the border war. Kansas versus Missouri is going on over in Rink 2. Really bites we don't have cameras this year over in Rink 2, but that is a game, another game where 2 opponents just don't like each other very much.
Not at all. And SIUE will play Illinois State too, so a couple of Illinois teams there in action later tonight at 7 o'clock, and we will have the championship game here tomorrow as well for the gold and silver division. Silver at 11 a.m. and the gold one at 2. So those are your updates as far as the tournament goes. This, of course, is your bronze championship right now. And it's been a good one so far, 6-4. But hang on, we've got a late whistle here. I think icing call, it looks like.
Yeah, you know, going back to the border war, both you and I, when we first met, I was like, you know, Kansas alum and Kansas fan. You know how important it is to both of those colleges.
Absolutely.
The one thing they circle on their calendar in every sport is beat Mizzou or beat the Jayhawks, and that's it.
And, of course, that's a 2 versus 8 matchup, and interested to see if Mizzou, the 8 seed, can keep up with Kansas. Here's a long pass complete.
Oh, boy.
Here's a wrister, missed the mark. Textbook chance there for Anthony Aiello, but he just missed the mark wide left. The NIU goaltender, Ethan Conker. Wycheck is staying in the game, by the way, as Steinhammer is out for the rest of the day with a leg injury after the net kind of came toppling on him awkwardly, and saw him limping off. There's a chance for the Golden Eagles across and deflected away by Nolan Williams. That was a excellent job with the stick there. Excuse me, that's John Williams, not Nolan Williams. But Williams sacrificing the body to make a play there Gets the job done.
That's what you love to see as a goalie. You know, you get the job done. You have trust in your defense, and that's the most important thing. You know, goalies constantly go through their head about how is my defense playing? Do I need to make adjustments based off it? When you can trust your defense, you're riding high.
Into the corner now. Golden Eagles trying to strike back down by 2 here. As they jam away in front, they score! Oh, they got it to sneak through, and Conquer is furious that that puck got in and wasn't blown dead, but I think this goal is going to stand it at 6-4.
I think so. You know, if they counted some goals that have happened previously in this game, they're going to count that one. But this is the Marquette strength here. This shows why they're a #1 team. They could have gone down. They could have been deflated. No, sir. No, sir. They're only down 1 now, and you know, momentum shifts here.
Yeah, I did say 6-4. I meant 6-5.
Yep.
So back to that 1-goal game, and it's been a barn burner so far as this puck will be played up out of the zone. Down the length of the ice, it will go back down the other way. So 16:05 to go here in the third period. SIUE and Illinois State again, as we mentioned later tonight. That's the 2 versus 3 matchup in the division, or the gold division. SIUE is the 3 seed after they topped Illinois yesterday. So see what they can do. But again, Illinois State, and start to wonder with those those gold division matchups if rest becomes an advantage for both of these teams, Iowa and Illinois State, as they go at it later tonight.
It's the age-old question of whether a bye game helps or hinders you, because we saw all the gold division matchups, all the silver division matchups, and the bronze division matchups. You get playoff jitters, right? So Iowa State, they're adjusted already. Iowa, they have rest. They haven't experienced the little jitters you're going to get coming out in the playoffs for the first time. It's an age-old question, and we'll see how it gets solved today.
Held on to here by Conquer as that one just rolled in on him. 15:22 to go in the third period. Again, a winner goes on to the
championship.
Yes,
there.
yes.
Or wins the championship.
They win the championship. No regionals.
No regionals.
They leave it at that.
Right. So no. Oh, hey, we talked about those low vents, and there they are.
There it is. Getting some action.
Yeah. How many pucks do you think they've taken over the years? You think?
Ooh, hundreds.
Hundreds?
Maybe thousands.
I would say maybe thousands. Yeah. It seems like if I was tooling around and I was a teenager, that would be my goal, is to hit it. You know what I'm saying?
Probably.
It's tempting.
Very. Thrown towards Conquer again. Now down low into the corner. Here's a chance in the slot. They score! Big wrist shot. Finds the back of the net. Marquette has come all the way back to tie this game at 6.
That is why they're the #1 seed. They have stick-to-itiveness. That's not even a word, but they have it there. Good job there, Marquette. They tie it up, and you can either turtle with a 2-goal deficit or you can come back, and now it's a whole new hockey game with 15 minutes left to go. This is anybody's game, but right now, advantage Marquette.
They have the momentum, that's for sure. We talked about the response needed from both of these clubs here in the third, and it's been a phenomenal game so far. So 6-6. Someone's going to have to score 7. We know that, and if I had to guess, I think the winner's probably going to end up closer to 8 or 9 by the time we get done here.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But, you know, the second period wasn't exactly the second period saw 3 goals. First period saw 7, I want to say. First period was 7. Second period was 3 goals. You never know. This might be a 3-goal period here. Of course, you know, overtime would throw a wrench in the plans of the rest of the tournament. Here we go.
Here's a chance for NIU. Nice save by Wycheck, scrambling to get back. Loose in the crease, and now taking a hold of. Pinching man coming all the way in. That was Williams, who's been phenomenal here today for NIU. Thrown just wide again. Boy, they were looking right at the back door. Skidded wide. Held on to at the point. Williams again waiting for it here as it cycled back down low. Chance there, broken up. We'll go to the corner now for NIU. Here's Myers He will force it around back below the goal line. This game has really ramped up the intensity here, and these last 14 minutes are going to be fun. Banked up off the boards, almost taken in by Sokol rather. And now Marquette will hang on to it behind the net. Bank pass up ahead as they find their man. Handoff pass across the line. Here come the Golden Eagles clawing their way into the zone. Held on to at the top of the point. Now down low in the slot, rolled off the tape. And where is it? Whacking away in front, a man goes down. NIU wanted a penalty there, but they're not going to get it.
Well, if they wanted one penalty, they were going to have to call about 5 in that sequence.
Now Kearney behind the net with it for the Huskies as he cycles it back below the goal line. Around to the other side. And back into the corner now. Marquette has it as they come free. Whacking away here. Now back below the goal line. 13 minutes to play here of a tie game. 6-6 between NIU and Marquette. Been a high-scoring game. We saw that a couple of different times in our games yesterday. But both of these teams have surpassed the mark that they scored in yesterday's contest. Of course, NIU beat Bradley 4-3. Oh, dangerous looking hit, and the officials, oh, they score! They take advantage of that, and if I'm the NIU coach, I'm furious that a penalty wasn't called there.
Well, and the man was down, too. He just now got up. That would be number 14, Mason McCoy. But, you know, he looked pretty rattled. He looked pretty injured.
I don't know how you don't call that a penalty. Coach is getting tossed.
Oh, and now he's getting – yep, there he is.
And
tossed. McCoy's in the penalty box. It's dangerous.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, he says it's dangerous over here. You got a camera on this?
So,
oh, man.
We're getting players thrown out and coaches tossed here as well. So we'll get everything squared away. But,
you know, I totally agree with this coach. Like, that was a dangerous hit. I don't know how you don't call something. My word. Sorry to interrupt, but that was –
no, you're good.
It was shocking.
That was Mason McCoy that went down.
And he's in the box now, by the way. He's in the penalty box.
Well, that's because he got a misconduct because he was yelling at the ref for not calling the penalty.
Exactly. It's like he's the victim in this hit. It yells at the ref because that was unquestionably a questionable hit at best, we'll say, right? And he ends in the box. The coach gets ejected. They go down 7-6. And I would of all the times to not have that penalty box mic.
Yeah, no kidding. I might just pull it out quick and
run down there.
Yeah.
Would you like to say anything, sir? Yeah. So Northern Illinois, this could be something they rally behind. They could fold here. There's still plenty of time left in the game, but you want something to fire up your team, though, if you're Northern Illinois, because you have looked lackadaisical in these first 7.5 minutes. Right here. If you're not fired up after this as a Northern Illinois player, I honestly don't know what's going to excite you. Oh, you hear that one right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's still a lot of time left in the game. I mean, there's 12:37 on the clock, and interesting to see, again, if you're just joining us, the Northern Illinois Huskies are down 7-6 after they were unable. They wanted a penalty called on it looked like a pretty clear hit from behind. There was no penalty called, and as a result, Marquette scored and got the lead here, 7-6. And now got players getting penalties, coaches getting thrown out of the game. And so we're just all waiting for how this turns out here in these final minutes of there's still 12:37, but all kinds of chaos here at the Nelson Center.
Well, as we play the waiting game, just like to remind you that the Cyhawk game will be on at 4 o'clock. That's pending the end of this game. This game's it's been close, right? And I can foresee overtime in this. We'll sort this game out. The Cyhawk game will be on right after that. Following the Cyhawk game, which will be around 7 o'clock, SIUE takes on Illinois State. So we got a full slate of games right now for you. But right now, just playing the waiting game as the rest try and figure out just what the heck happened and how they lost control that quickly.
That's J.C. Weems, looked like the head coach of NIU, that was thrown out of the game, and he was furious, obviously rightfully so. And now Marquette has a power play to work with right after they scored. They caught a break there, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You got gifted. You got two gifts, really. One, you're not sitting in the box, but two, they counted that goal. And then, 2.5, the coach gets tossed. So they didn't just have a gift. They got Christmas presented to them, for crying out loud.
So again, the score right now is 7-6. Marquette on top of NIU here. Marquette has a power play to work with for 1:40. 12:15 to go in the third, and blown dead. And
we're having a slashing call, I think.
Yeah, against Marquette. I didn't really see much there, but
yeah,
that might be one of those
make-up calls.
Actually, I don't think it's a penalty, but he told him to get off the ice. That was strange.
Well, he made the slashing gesture. Yeah. I saw that clear as day.
Not sure what that was about.
Dare I say, this is turning into a ref show.
Down low into the corner now. Marquette will certainly take advantage of this opportunity that they've been gifted here. They try and dig it out below the goal line. Here they come up through center. Long pass up ahead, connects. Golden Eagles across the line waiting, trying to drop it back. And the NIU player just shoved a man in front, and he's going to go to the box. Got a Marquette player that was knocking down Ethan Conker, and that player, it looked like, is Cody Radman. He should be heading to the box here.
Anthony Aiello, that was not Anthony Aiello. It looked like it was Corey Packard and NIU goaltender Hayden Warchick exchanged a little hug there afterwards. So a little bit of good sportsmanship in this game right now. Just kind of a, hey, my bad. And it was, hey, it's all right. That kind of thing goes a long way sometimes, especially in a game that can be as tense as this as we go into a 5-on-3.
Big chance for Marquette to try and add another goal here. So they whack away in the slot on the backhand. Held on to now at the top of the circle. The move inside, quick snapper pad saved by Conker. He's doing a nice job here. Out through center now. Gathered in by the Golden Eagles. So they go for Sam Jablonski. Here's Jablonski dropping it back. Top of the circle, one-timer across. Not much on the shot as it goes up high. Now back behind the net. Sailed off the glass and down the length of the ice. As Wycheck will come and cut it off with 11:10 to go. Wycheck avoiding most of that hit. Here's a giveaway in front. Quick shot, and he made the save. Nicely done there to keep this game at 7-6.
Well, good job by NIU there. That was Bryce Myers. Myers, turns around, takes a shot, and the second he takes a shot, doesn't even look at the goal. He just goes back to the bench, keep the game extended.
Marquette buzzing in the offensive zone here. 10:43 to go in the period. 5 to go on the 5-on-3. Down low, pad save, and held on to by Conker. They get one man back, so McCoy comes out of the box. He'll go onto the ice for the PK with 50 seconds to go on it.
Yeah, good job by Conker there. It's just an awkward little lunge, but you got to slow the power play down, right? If it's in your end, you slow it down and give your team that 50-50 draw to, get control of the puck. But good job there. Make that gutsy leap, shall we call it.
Down low behind the net now, and back up to the point it comes. Banked up off the boards. Marquette with the spinorama move. It was Slavin all the way around the outside now. Slavin dishing it back. Held on to it at the point, slid across, and broken up again by McCoy, who is feisty there for the Huskies. Marquette still working though, cutting inside. Right there, lost it in the wickets, and now they'll sneak out of the zone. Marquette right back onside. This is delayed offsides, so they will tag up here. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that will do it for the power play for Marquette. Unable to convert on a 5-on-3 and then a 5-on-4. Long pass, missed the mark. Williams back to get it for NIU, 9:35 to go.
NIU bench being very vocal right now. They're buzzing. They know what's on the line, and they know, they feel slighted in this game. They're ready to lay waste to their opponent, shall we say.
Up along the boards now, out through center, 9:17 to go. This one's going to be scrambled after here in the right corner. Pressed up along the wall. Finally taken care of now by the Huskies back below the goal line. 9:05 remaining, trying to jam it in front. Wycheck the save, follow-up try, and now back up through the neutral zone as it's backhanded. Glove down by the Golden Eagles. Nice job, though, by the Huskies to keep it in the zone. Here's Myers cutting inside, trying to drop it back there. And now Marquette comes the other way, charging forward across the blue line. Inside in the slot.
Oh,
and a nice
what
save.
A save.
Well done by Conker. Marquette still has it, though. All the way around the outside. Snapper there. And that one's deflected away in front. And finally NIU able to move it out as the pass just missed the mark intended for the captain, Justin Garr. Out up ahead now. NIU will go back and play it with 8:14 to go in the third period of a 7-6 game. What a contest this has turned out to be. We've had some controversy. We've had some weird bounces, some weird penalties.
Some beautiful goals as
well.
Yes,
This game has had it all for sure. Back down to NIU territory now. Off the bench, sent in deep. Sacco will play it around as it's kept in at the line for a moment, and it's given away. Now here's Marquette the other way, charging up ahead. They, of course, are leading this game 7-6. Trying to hang on here. Out of the zone it comes. Great speed. And Wycheck hangs on as he takes a snow shower there. 7:28 to go.
You said it earlier, but as a fan of the game, this game has had literally everything you come to hockey for. It's had some good flow, had some fantastic saves, had some good plays, and of course, you're a hockey fan, it has some controversies.
Absolutely.
That goes with it hand in hand. Good shot off the face-off there. You just got to have a big old grin on your face if you're a fan watching this one, unless, of course, you're an NIU fan, in which case you're probably livid and upset that they're down 7-6.
Of course, that situation again that we alluded to earlier, NIU took the go-ahead goal after there was a no penalty call. Looked like it could have been a boarding check from behind. Marquette took advantage of it and potted it in past the goaltender, and then that led to a couple of penalties and ejections. And again, head coach for the NIU D3 team, J.C. Weems, was tossed after arguing with the officials. So that's where we stand right now. Marquette taking advantage of the gifts that have been brought their way. Big hit thrown up along the wall, and now down low into the corner as it's played up ahead. Here we go. Myers cutting inside, broken up. And good stick work there. Marquette out through center. Huskies have it, play it up ahead. McCoy dumps it in. Of course, McCoy was the one that got hit along the boards and then subsequently received a penalty for arguing with the officials. Up through center now. NIU trying to find a hold of that loose puck as they get it back. Garr with the shot. Big juicy rebound from Wycheck. Garr will play it to the corner now. 6 minutes to go in this game. Back out through center. Right in on Wycheck again, who hangs on to it for the stoppage. And keep in mind, too, I was going to mention this earlier, Marquette's on their backup goalie because Carter Deinhammer left the game earlier with a leg injury.
Yeah, I know he alluded to in the second period, maybe, he'd be coming back. He skated off the ice in the intermission, and he was still not putting any weight on it. So I said he looked all right because he was sitting there just having a casual conversation with the trainer, still had his gear on, but he has not returned to the bench. The trainer's out with him, and he looked in great pain still coming off the ice. So Marquette Yeah, both Marquette and Northern Illinois, they're playing for either their coach or their goalie. They have things to play for here.
Chopped up the wall and back in to the corner now as it's thrown up the wall. 5:30 to go, giveaway and chance here. Shot, good save by the goaltender Wycheck back down behind the net. NIU trying to wrap it around here as they go up to the point. Big drive from the point, caught a body of an own teammate there. 5:15 to go as we approach the final 5 minutes of this game. Here's a pass up ahead. Charging into the zone now come the Golden Eagles. Helm had it knocked off the stick there. Nice job defensively. Helm whacking away in front as the Golden Eagles have a melee in front. And now cleared down by the Huskies as that will be an icing with 4:54 to go in the third.
Northern Illinois enters crunch time here, under 5 minutes to go. And I alluded to this earlier again. They have everything to play for, right? You got to do your coach proud. Here's the thing: is when coaches get ejected, it is due to anger, but they also know that getting ejected can be beneficial to their team. And I'm sure that was a thought as he walked away, as head coach Weems walked away too. This is better not be for nothing, and Northern Illinois is going to try and make sure that it wasn't for nothing.
There's a chance fired wide of Conker. Marquette trying to grab this puck here in the zone, but now NIU comes out. Dumped to the corner with 4:32 to go. NIU gets a full change here with the exception of that one forward, Williams, who is sticking out there for the Huskies. Fired in deep, but once again, that's off a Marquette body. Look out. That one came close. Took a
fun bounce.
A fun bounce. One of the Bradley players, David Tuttle, nearly got his head taken out there.
Almost took my pizza out. I was a little worried. So it came up over the Marquette bench, and there's kind of two tiers here. If you'll pan the camera down here, there's two tiers of this press box. It hit that front little counter, and it bounced back into the Northern Illinois bench. It had some English on it, curved on the bounce. That was a fascinating little bounce there.
Yes, it was. So NIU, I believe, has called a timeout here with 4:14 to go. Rightfully, probably the good decision. And now you got to talk about how you handle this situation with 4:14 to go. You're down by one. And what are you saying here if you're the lone coach on the bench for NIU? Looks like it's John Luciana, who is an assistant coach for this D3 team.
Well, I don't know. He's not drawn up a play, and I find it interesting. Not really in a huddle; they're just in kind of a standing formation here. But I just say, hey, you guys know what to do. This is not for nothing. Maybe say, hey, try and get the puck to the team captain Justin Garr. Try and get the puck, to a few select players. Let's keep it tight. We only have 4 more minutes on the season. Let's make them positive ones.
So 4:14 to go. Faceoff will be outside the Marquette zone here as they finish up their huddle here and get ready to go. If this game goes into overtime, we might have a problem because I have to get back to Peoria for the Peoria Mustangs game tonight, and we'll see. I don't know if we'll get to that point or not, but certainly something to keep an eye on. So. Well, we'll make something happen, that's for sure.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're broadcasters. We play it by ear all the time, right?
Across the line now. Quick, tough angle shot fought off by Wycheck. 3:50 to go here in the third. Big hit applied in the corner as it's up along the boards now. Marquette out through center as they play it up ahead into the offensive zone. Drop pass here. Quick snapper fired, and Conker blockers it away. This one slips out of the reach of the Golden Eagles. So they have to go back into neutral territory. Tape to tape right up ahead here for Smith. Jack Smith into the corner as he takes a ride up along the wall. Smith throws it back to the point, and the Golden Eagles will come out and play it here at the neutral zone. Changes for both teams, and it is desperation time now for the Huskies. 3:12 to go. Big hit along the wall.
Justin Garr frustrated coming off the ice. You could hear that stick from a mile away.
Look out, Marquette nearly gave it away. Back behind the goal, delayed offsides for NIU, and they're going to have to blow this dead with 2:53. Again.
2:53 to go. Northwestern, they just had their A guys on the shift, right? They had their first line out following that timeout. Now you got to cycle back through your lines. That first line was your best chance. You got to, get your guys back out there one more time.
Huskies have it. Fired into the zone. Wide of Wycheck. Down low into the corner now. Marquette with it here. So fling it up the boards. 2:35 to go. Fired back around to the other side. Golden Eagles desperate to try and clear this puck out as it's whacked away. Now gathered in. Fired into the corner by Myers. Myers is out there right now for the Huskies, trying to wait for that puck to develop. Keep an eye on the goaltender here for NIU. There's a delayed penalty coming up here. The official had his arm up and cross-check.
Oh.
Is this on NIU here, or who's it on?
Well, I thought it was going to be on NIU here.
I think it is.
Yeah, that's a poorly timed cross-check.
No, it's on Marquette. I take that back.
Yeah, I thought it was on NIU as well.
Just by the way that they looked
defeated.
Sort of down in the dumps. And we tell you what, this third period has taken forever, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has. It was not easy to tell who had possession of the puck when the whistle was blown, so we just kind of had to take a guess here. And you'd think Northern Illinois, you'd be, fist in hand, hey, let's go. This is our chance, and this is their chance. Their season comes down to this. There's 2 minutes and 6 seconds left on the board. So basically, you finish the game. You play the rest of the game on a power play, right? You get your A line out there, and you say, I don't care. We got to put one in net. I would maybe consider pulling your goalie if you win this faceoff right now.
I think that's not a bad idea at all. We talked about this yesterday when we had 4 minutes left on the clock about potentially, do you get we had the 5-on-3, and it's like, do you get a 3-man advantage? And now you have the opportunity to get a 2-man advantage here.
Right. And you keep in mind, this is it. This is the last game regardless. There's no regionals for Bronze Division. You have literally nothing to lose. Worst case scenario, you finish second, so you gamble the whole way through. And look at him. Watch the goalie here. He'll be coming out.
We will keep an eye on Conquer here for sure. 2 minutes now left on the clock. NIU trying to get something going on the possession side of things here as they go, and now they're not even motioning to Conquer right now. Now they're motioning, so there goes Conquer. He'll come to the bench for the extra attacker. Here's Williams at the point, and that one caught a piece of Wycheck. Thrown towards the front again, 1:40 to go now. Power play for the rest of the game up until the last 5 seconds here for the Huskies. Marquette just going to eat it here in the corner, try and kill off some more time. Now cleared down as Williams has to come get it. Williams looks out of gas here for NIU.
Well,
see what he can do.
He better find some gas, because I doubt we're going to see a whole lot of line changing from between here and the end of the game.
Fired into the corner on the backhand, 1:07 to go. Now around to the outside as Marquette has it, trying to work it up the boards and out of the zone. As they do so, just dance his way through the defense into the empty net. Unbelievable work by Eric Helm. Nicely done.
Well, that'll be the old ball game, we'll say, right? That's the risk of pulling your goalie. And even though you go down by 2 now, that was still the correct call. You cannot not pull your goalie in that situation. You have to throw everything at the wall and see if something sticks. Unfortunately, for Northern Illinois, Marquette, got through it. Good job, good hustle, and you take the empty net goal, and you go home with a shiny piece of metal.
So NIU on down by 2 with 53.6. Marquette, as you mentioned, just seconds away from a Bronze Division championship. Now thrown to the corner with 40 seconds to go. So this game has had it all. We've got 14 goals here, and it's been quite the afternoon, that's for sure.
I'm surprised you said it because I can't do that kind of math. I can't add 6 + 8. They didn't teach me how to do that.
22 seconds to go. NIU, I mean, they certainly had some things go their way, and that's not to diminish the fact that they played a great game here today, but, I mean, you talk about that goal that really gave them the 7-6 lead, and if that penalty gets called, we could be in a tie game right now. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So that'll do it. The Marquette Golden Eagles are Bronze Division champions as they win it 8-6 over the Northern Illinois Huskies. And a great effort here by NIU, but they fall short. Marquette is the Bronze Division champions here in 2020.
And look at the yard sale on the ice. They're partying down. They know that was a hard-fought game. You know, both these teams had things to complain about. Marquette definitely caught a break on that 7-6 goal. Not to diminish. They played an excellent game. That was a championship-worthy game. But, you know, they had, you know, their chances. They took advantage of it. And at the end of the day, hockey, we said it in the first period, is about capitalizing on your opponent's mistakes. Because you cannot play a perfect hockey game, and Marquette did that in the first period, in the second period, and in the third period. And that's why they're champions right now.
So congratulations to the Marquette Golden Eagles on their Bronze Division championship. Again, they win it 8-6 over NIU. So thanks for joining us here this afternoon. We're going to have the Cyhawk matchup between Iowa and Iowa State coming up next in the Gold Division, and you'll be on the call for that. Unfortunately, I have to head back to Peoria, but I think we're going to have a couple of good games tonight in the Gold Division. So.
Absolutely should be. Cyhawk matchup, that comes up in less than an hour. That comes up at 4 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, SIUE takes on Illinois State, and I think that'll do it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us here tonight. Final score again, Marquette 8, NIU 6, and that will do it. Have a good night, everybody.